Welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris and I'm here to bring the high rev perspective.
And my name is Josh and I will be bringing the low rev perspective.
Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Radical No Doubt Solid, and I'm going to be comparing it to the Rotogrip Rockstar and the Turbo X.
And I'll be comparing it to the Special Effects and the Turbo X. These comparisons will give us and you an idea of what these pieces look like going down the lane. At the end, we will give our honest, unbiased review and rate them anywhere from nuts to trash. Today we are here at Mesa East bowling on a fresh house shot, and with that being said, make sure to like and subscribe and we'll see you out on the lanes.
All right, just wrapped up throwing the No Doubt Solid, and after seeing it go down the lane, it definitely wanted to be strong off the end of the pattern and go really forward. I'm typically more of a forward roll player, so this one almost seemed like it was almost too forward. I could just see that moving left, it kind of just wanted to lock up and not quite go through the pins. It really wanted to finish more towards the 9-pin instead of the 8-pin, which sometimes when I need to be a little bit further left, it won't be quite as versatile, but overall it was still a really good shape for keeping my angles in front of me. So now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Rockstar and see how that compares. All right, just wrapped up throwing the Rockstar, and for me, this one's definitely one that I can shape a little bit more. It wanted to be almost just as strong off the end of the pattern as the No Doubt Solid, but it actually wanted to retain enough energy to go through the pins. This one I can definitely get a little bit further left and shape more than the No Doubt Solid. So now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Turbo X and see how that compares. All right, just wrapped up throwing the Turbo X, and this one is quite a bit weaker of a shape. I needed to be a little bit further left just because of how off spot it wanted to be compared to the No Doubt Solid. So I moved about a zone to the left, and it wanted to be quite a bit more down lane and angular overall. So this one's definitely a step down from the No Doubt Solid. Final thoughts on the Radical No Doubt Solid. Shape-wise, I thought this one was really good. I think it might lean towards being a little bit too forward for me. Just the hook stop ball motion, I'm a little bit more forward of a bowler anyway, so I get a ball that's almost too forward, it kind of just locks up and never really wants to go through the pins. I think if this one is maybe a little bit cleaner, I think retaining enough energy would go through the pins a little bit better. But for needing to play a little bit straighter and keep your angles in front of you, I thought the shape was pretty good. So with that being said, I think this one, I'm gonna have to give it a fire. I really like the shape that it gave me, but I don't think it's gonna be quite as versatile as other pieces, but I think it's gonna be really, really good at what it's intended for, and that's keeping your angles in front of you. So for me, it's gonna have to be a fire.
Just wrapped up throwing 10 shots with the No Doubt Solid. This ball for me hooked really early. I felt like it was pretty forward for how shiny it is. I felt like it was still big. It did force me a little bit further left just because we are in a fresh house shot. It took a little while for the lanes to kind of simmer down on the back end and get some carry down. But once I got far enough left, the ball shaped the right way, but I just wasn't 100% comfortable trusting it to shape the right way every single time. I felt like when I got it a little right, it just insta-hooked. But if I didn't get it there, like if I got around it at all, it just kind of got a little lazy for me, and I didn't fully trust that type of ball motion. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Special Effect and see how it compares. Just wrapped up 5 shots with the special effect. This ball for me has been one of my favorites recently. However, for what we're bowling on right now, it wasn't great. I felt like it was just a little too quick to friction, and when I tried to square up, I just felt like it went 1,000 feet. So again, compared to the No Doubt, I would say they were pretty similar in how quick they were off spot, but the No Doubt was definitely more of a forward shape where I felt like the effect was a little bit more rounded and it was able to continue a little bit better off the spot. So now we're going to go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Turbo X and see how it compares. I just finished up 5 shots with the Turbo X. I am starting to fall in love with this ball, especially at high friction centers, and that kind of proved true today. I felt like I was able to get in and it had enough pop to get off spot, and I also felt like when I got it right, it didn't jump too early, too quick. It got through it a little bit, and was able to strike pretty literally every time. So nothing wrong about this ball. I'm starting to love it, but compared to the No Doubt, definitely a lot weaker, retains a lot more energy for more down the lane. Final thoughts on the No Doubt Solid. Like I said, for me, I felt like this ball was really forward, and I just wasn't super in love with the shape. I felt like it could have got through the fronts a little nicer, but overall still a big, strong kind of, benchmark type ball that I could see being thrown a lot when they are pretty cliffed. So because of that, my final rating for the No Doubt Solid is gonna have to be a meh. I felt like it was just not the first shape that I like to see out of my bag, and I just felt like it's really hard for me to keep it open in the fronts, however, still keep it trapped at the same time. So a meh for today.